Hey everybody, welcome back to Tech Odyssey. So today I'm here with my unboxing video of the brand spanking fantastic new LG G8 ThinQ. So last year I had the G7 and I was a big fan of the G7. It was probably my most favorite Android phone of 2018. And now here we are in 2019. They've changed things up a little bit and I got one of them today. So let's go ahead and do the unboxing video. So if you're interested in this phone, you may know some of the stuff about it already, but it's got 6 gigabytes of RAM. It's got the fancy Snapdragon 855 flagship processor. I like that. It's got a nice little microfiber cloth with the LG logo. Here we go, bam, with the LG G8. So it's got a 3500 milliamp battery, which is good. I mean, it's actually got 100 more milliamps than the S10, which comes in at 3400. And here we go. Enjoy peace of mind. Comes with your free second-year limited warranty coverage. So that's their second-year promise. If you register it, you get 2 years of warranty for the manufacturer's warranty instead of 1. So that's really good. And here we are with the beautiful phone. Now, one thing I am a little bit disappointed with is the European and Asian model actually has 3 cameras on it. This one has 2, so they dumbed it down a little bit for the US. It's got crystal sound OLED, which is weird. There's no actual handset piece here. I believe it works to like the vibration or something. I'm do a full review on this, so I'll have more articulate, educated sounding facts whenever I talk about it. But here we go with the G8. So 16 megapixel camera, wireless charging, all the latest and greatest. It's got an OLED quad HD plus screen on it at 1440 by 3120 resolution, rocking 564 pixels per inch. It's got Corning Gorilla Glass 5, which I don't really have any heartburn about. I mean, Gorilla Glass 5 is perfectly good. They do have Gorilla Glass 6 out now, so I'm sure that is what helped them keep the price down a little bit. And one of the things I like about it, of course, it has the dedicated Google Assistant button, which was the best feature inclusion, I think, this last year. Oh my gosh. It's not working out the way I want it to. Alright, there we go. So we got the glass back on the front, so we've got the wireless charging. It's still got the notch. It's got the camera on the front there. It's running Android 9.0 straight out of the box, which I'm very happy about. It's got 128 gigabytes of storage, upgradable to 512. So the dual cameras on the back. You've got a 12 megapixel standard optical image stabilization, f1.5 aperture, and then a 16 megapixel ultra wide, so you don't get the telephoto. But otherwise, it looks like just a polished and refined version of the G7. It actually comes in cheaper than the G7. You can get one of these at T-Mobile right now for like 600 and I think it's like 615 bucks or something like that. It's supposed to be like $200 off of MSRP, but if they actually take up the fullest MSRP, I don't know who's going to buy it. But this is probably the best phone I'd say to pick up on the market right now. If you want flagship specs with the latest and greatest Snapdragon 855, they bumped it up to 6 gigabytes of RAM from the 4 that came in the G7. I loved the G7, and at the price point, it had a whole lot to offer. So I'm super excited about this. It still has the 32-bit quad DAC on it, so that's nice, which means it should have the headphone jack. Bam, there it is. USB-C connector on the bottom. Got the speaker as well. And it's nicely balanced. Got the fingerprint sensor on the back. You don't have any of the gimmicks. I feel like this is the last year they'll probably be able to pull this off, to where they're a little bit behind in the innovation and less with the gimmicks. I mean, it looks like that under the screen fingerprint sensor thing is really in its infantile stage. I mean, they did it okay with the OnePlus 6T. It's pretty much horrendous with the Samsung Galaxy S10 and 10 Plus. I'm recording this with the 10 Plus right now. I absolutely hate it. I just used a facial recognition software. The fingerprint sensor is utterly terrible. But this has Face ID, Hand ID. So it's got this new Hand ID thing where it's supposed to be able to detect the blood vessels in your hands, which are, of course, unique to you, and that's how it's supposed to unlock, or you can make the claw or whatever. So we'll see how that goes. Wireless charging at 9 watts. It's actually better than 7.5. Quick charge 3.0 at 21 watts. So this will get you back in business in no time. You can pick it up here in the States in this, I think I have the Aurora Black. Yeah, so Aurora Black, and then they also have a Carmine Red. Those are the two models that T-Mobile has. It does, I believe it has band 71. Yes, it has band 71, so you get the 600 megahertz spectrum, so you get the super fast internet, and it really, at $600, I think it makes a really good argument for its place in the world. You're not shelling out $900 to $1,000. But you're getting essentially the same performance as you do with the Samsung phone. So let's finish the unboxing here. I've talked enough about my love for the new LG phone. And I'm certain that this one, regardless of what some people feel, got the documentation, SIM ejector tool. I'm actually going to need that because I need to put my SIM card in there. I just switched my phone back to T-Mobile from Xfinity Wireless. I used to work out in the middle of nowhere, so my secondary line had to work and it didn't with T-Mobile, so I went to Xfinity Wireless for a while. Nothing bad to say about the people. Their phone service was great. If you've got Xfinity already, $45 a month for unlimited. I really didn't have any problems with it. It was a little slower than the T-Mobile, but it worked everywhere. So I've got the solid USB-C to USB-C connector there. I'm sorry, USB-A, the traditional USB to USB-C. It's a very short cord. It's kind of annoying. And then we got this overly large LG power brick here. Again, quick charge 3.0. And there's no earphones. Son of a biscuit. I would have thought those would have come with it. So anyway, here we go with the LG G8. Hopefully you've liked the unboxing video. Looks fantastic. I'm going to use this for the next couple of days. I've already got some cases on the way for it. I've really been anticipating this for a while now. So actually, my children have my old G7, so I'll do a comparison video with the G7. You can see them side by side. I'm going to make some content with the S10, the S10 Plus, and then, of course, all the wonderful cases I have coming in for this, and then ultimately, of course, I'll do my regular review anyway, but super stoked about this phone. I've been using the S10 Plus for the last month now, and the 855, nothing slows it down. I think this is the first true phone experience I've had with Android where there's just no hiccups at all. The 845 was good, but the 855 is like next level. So super cool. Very happy about this. And thanks for watching the video and tuning in. As always, guys, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section. I'll get back with you. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.